In today's video, I'm going to show you some brilliant stretches that you can try at home for your back. This will be appropriate for you if you're just looking to maintain a nice, healthy, flexible spine, or if unfortunately you do have some low back pain, then this could help with some pain relief. It could facilitate some improvement and hopefully prevent your symptoms from returning. Hey there, it's Luke from Genuine Physio, where we bring you honest, evidence-based information and education to get you guys back on the road to recovery. If you're new around here, then do subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any of our content, and give us a thumbs up if you like what you see. It really is appreciated. There'll be some useful links in the description below if you'd like to know any more about today's topic, and do come and say hi on all of the main social media platforms. And with all that out of the way, let's get going. The first exercise is knee hugs. Now this is a very common exercise given to people that have low back pain, and I'm going to show you 3 different variations of the exercise, and they'll vary in difficulty. The first is the easiest one, where you'll lie on your back and bring one knee up to your chest. This should bring on a slight stretch in the lower back and the glute area. You'll alternate between both legs. The next option is bringing both knees up to your chest, and this should be slightly more difficult. Now, if you did really want to maximize this stretch, then what you could do is bring both knees up to your chest, whilst at the same time bring your head off the floor and put your chin on your chest. And this should bring on a lovely stretch from the neck all the way down to the lower back. The second exercise is called knee rolls, which is another brilliant exercise if you do have some low back pain. Now, I'm doing these exercises quite quickly for the purpose of this video, but you can hold these stretches for up to 30 seconds. The easiest option is just bending your knees, keeping your feet on the floor, and then just gently rocking your knees from side to side, which should bring in a nice stretch down the side of the back. If you do want to make it harder and bring on more of a stretch, you can rotate your top half in the opposite direction. The most challenging variation of this stretch would be to bend the knee, bring the foot up and across the opposite leg, and then passively push down with the opposite hand whilst rotating the top half of your body in the opposite direction. Lots of opposites there, but I'm sure you can see what's going on. With all of these exercises, it's really important that you choose which one is best appropriate for your needs and which one is most appropriate for the amount of pain that you're currently experiencing. If you are in pain, then the rule of thumb is it is fine and safe to work into tolerable levels of discomfort, as long as you're not getting any 24 or 48-hour flare-up in your symptoms. Tight glutes can contribute to low back pain, so it is important that you try and stretch them out. Here are a few options for you. Now, an even easier version of this exercise would just be to place the shin on the opposite thigh and then just slowly slide the foot that's on the floor towards your bottom. If you did want to progress this, you would place your hands around your knee, bring your knee towards your chest, and then you should feel a strong, deep stretch in the opposite glute. Option 2 starts in a long sitting position. You'll bend the knee, place your foot on the other side of your thigh, rotate your top half, and then place one hand on your knee and passively pull it in the opposite direction to that you are facing. This should bring on again a nice stretch deep into the glute. Here is an extension-based stretch, so you'll be face down, you'll place your hands approximately in line with your chest, and then all you need to do is just gently push through your hands and raise your chest off the floor. If it is uncomfortable, then you can just do what I have done in the first option, which is just do approximately 50% of the movement. If it's too easy, you can work through your full range. This stretch is called child's pose, and it is a brilliant one if you do have a little bit of low back pain. You'll start off in 4-point kneeling with your hands under your shoulders and your knees under your hips. And then all you're going to do is just gently rock back until you can feel your bottom touch your heels. If you did want to exaggerate the stretch, then when you come up, just move your hands slightly further forwards before you go back down onto your heels. This is called the cat-camel stretch. So again, you start off in 4-point kneeling, and what you want to do is imagine somebody is pulling your belly button down to the floor. You're trying to create a nice dip in your lower back as you extend your neck and look upwards. Then you do the opposite. So you put your chin on your chest, flex your neck, and try and make a nice arch all the way through your lower back and your thoracic spine. Thread the needle is a brilliant stretch that involves both your lumbar and your thoracic spine. What you do here is, again, start off in 4-point kneeling. You'll rotate your spine and pop your hand through the gap between your opposite hand and knee. This should bring on a lovely stretch through the side of the trunk and even up into the shoulder blade area. If you wanted to, you could start this exercise off with your bottom on your heels, and this would bring on a slightly exaggerated stretch. Let's move on to some stretches for your legs now. So the first one is going to be for your hip flexors, which may need stretching out if you spend prolonged periods sat down. You're going to start off in a mini lunge type position with one foot out in front and your knee back behind. You're going to keep a nice straight back and try and push your hips forwards. This should bring on a very strong stretch down the front of the thigh. I'm now going to show you a stretch for your groin or inner thigh muscles, both from the front and to the side. Bring your heels all the way up to your bottom, bending your knees, and once you're there, let your knees flop out to the side. Hold onto your feet and then push your elbows down onto your legs. And this extra pressure with your arms should accentuate the stretch. Do remember, I'm doing these stretches quite quickly for the purpose of the video, but you can hold all of these stretches for up to 30 seconds. Now, this is a very good example of somebody with exceptionally tight hamstrings, so it is a good idea to stretch them out once in a while. What you need to do is start off in a long sitting position, and then you'll bring one foot up to the inside of your thigh and then just run your hands as far as you can down along your leg. If you're slightly more flexible than I am, you may be able to grab onto your foot and use that as an anchor. Now, if we're trying to improve our flexibility, you do have to do quite a lot. So we're really looking for between 8 and 12 repetitions with 20 to 40 second holds 3 to 5 times. However, if you do have back pain, then you may need to approach things slightly differently. Your symptoms and your discomfort will give you an indication of how much you can do. The rule of thumb is it's fine and safe to stretch into tolerable levels of discomfort, but we do want to make sure that you're avoiding any 24 or 48 hour spike or flare up in your symptoms. As always, thank you very much for watching. I do hope you found the exercises helpful, and if you have, then give us a thumbs up, it really helps. And if you're new around here, then subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any more of Genuine Physio's videos. There'll be some useful links in the description below, and come and say hi on one of the main social media platforms. But before you go, I'd love to hear from you, so drop me a comment below and let me know which exercises you found most useful. And until next time, I'll see you again very soon.